how we're going.
What?
User error. It's okay.
User error. But I do want to encourage you to bring prospective recruits. And then, once a month or once every couple of months, we'll plan like Mary Kay Bunko or what's another game people, Mary Kay Bingo. We'll do some fun stuff like that. So what I want to do is I've got some announcements to make first before we get started with everything. And the first thing I want to talk about is Career Conference. Career Conference 2013. It's in Louisville this year. They usually alternate every 2 years. For the last 2 years, we've been in Covington, Kentucky. So this year we're in Louisville, downtown at the Convention Center. And it is March the 15th and 16th. It's on a Friday night, and it starts at 7 p.m. If you are in red, and I suspect some of you's going to be in red by then, you'll be needing to be there at 3 because they always have special red jacket training classes for you. Now, since it's in Louisville, you're probably going to want to spend the night because your classes the next morning start at 8:30. And, that's a bear trying to drive an hour and a half that early in the morning. Trust me, I know because I've done it. So, I'm starting to do a little bit of looking around for hotels and stuff. But I will tell you, first of all, your registration will be about $95. I think that's what it was last year. Do y'all remember?
It's like
Well, the book says 85.
Does it say 85? Okay, so it's 85.
If you pre-register.
If you pre-register.
95 at the door.
Okay, that's what it is. Now, since it's in Louisville, and we've got some new NSDs in our area, Leah Laughlin just debuted, and she's one of Julia Burnett's offspring, and Julia Burnett just debuted. So and they're from the Lexington area, so I have a feeling that it's going to sell out, and it's going to sell out really quick. Really quick. Okay? So your registration is going to be $95. Your hotel is going to average out about $200 at the Galt House. There's 4 to 5 of you in a room, so you're looking at between $25 and $30 or so for the night. Okay? Your food, you're going to have Friday night supper, unless you eat before you get there. You'll have breakfast the next morning, and you'll have lunch. I'm figuring, and there's all kinds of places to eat down there close to the convention center. They have a food court a few blocks down the street, so it's got Arby's and places like that. Or there's some nicer restaurants. It's entirely up to you. I suggest you earn the lunch, and then I'll tell you how to do that in just a minute. But for those meals, I would plan on between 30 and 50. Just depends on what you eat. And I always figure high.
2 dinners and lunch.
I would figure supper, unless you eat beforehand, and then you're going to have your breakfast the next morning, and then your lunch.
Okay, breakfast.
And it's usually over by about 4. So
That's right.
You really don't have to miss any work. You can come right afterwards, or you can always call in sick.
What time is it on Friday?
7. And it's not over till 10. So can you imagine driving back from Louisville at 10 o'clock at night and then getting up and coming back the next morning by 8:30? And it's more fun when you pile up in a room together anyway. Right, sis?
Okay.
So you're figuring for the room it's going to be about $25
$25 to $30. From what I was seeing, the Galt House was actually the cheapest place.
Really?
Yeah, because I priced it's the Hilton, isn't it? Right down in the Hilton, Kim? That's where you stayed that time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was more. It was like almost $300.
Hmm.
So the Galt House is beautiful. If you've never seen the Galt House, it's going to be
That's
an
where we had
experience.
Camp Holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. It's just an experience to stay there. So, but you can earn that luncheon. And is anybody, y'all have never had one of the luncheons, have you? Never earned it? I have, and let me tell you see these napkins? That's where they come from.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing like it because you have servers in tuxedos. You do. You have real plates and nice entrees and salad and a beautiful dessert. And, I mean, it's just very, very nice. And you'll have guest speakers, which are NSDs. And they even have giveaways. So you want to earn that luncheon. And the way you earn it is, it's called the Glitter and Gold Luncheon. This is what it's called. And to earn that, between December the 1st and February the 28th, you add 2 qualified team members. Now, for contest purposes, that means your team member has to come in with the minimal 600 wholesale or more the month she signs her agreement or the following month. That's what qualified means in this contest.
Okay, so I signed somebody up on the 28th of February.
Mm-hmm.
They would have to have 200 before the conference.
600. 600 is
Then.
qualified.
Okay, yeah, all right, this
Yeah.
600.
And it
before-
gets a little
before the
confusing.
conference.
Well, it ain't too bad.
Ain't too bad, is it?
No. I figured there'd be all kinds of racket coming out of here.
Not yet.
Not yet. We're just getting started.
Oh, old woman ain't got woke up yet, huh?
That's right.
That's
Did
right.
you go home and take a nap?
Nope, not yet.
So,
So that's qualified.
Is that retail or wholesale?
That's wholesale. And when you have someone sign up, immediately let me know. And let me get on that phone immediately and talk about inventory. She deserves to hear the inventory. It's
Okay.
not for us to judge whether she can or can't.
one question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's already past December 1st.
Mm-hmm. So we've got
Sorry,
January
pass it.
and February.
So you said 2 recruits each month.
No, 2 recruits
Between that
between
time.
that time period.
Oh, only 2 recruits.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
not 2
Okay.
months. Whew, that would hurt.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Yeah, 2 that time period. Now, let's say you get a new qualified recruit, and she goes and she gets a qualified recruit. Okay, she earns the luncheon as well by her 1 recruit because she's brand new. Another thing you're going to want from career conference is the ribbons. We love ribbons. And the more ribbons you have, that's like your report card. I mean, you'll see people walking around with
Oh,
ribbons
yeah.
to the floor, and you're like, oh my gosh, so you want ribbons. There's 3 ribbons that I know you're going to want, or some of you will get. Number 1, if you're a star consultant this quarter, you get a ribbon. If you're a consultant, if you're a first-year consultant, that would be you. Whitney, I think that would be you too.
I just hit my 1 year.
Did you just hit your 1 year? I think you might still.
And I did. It was November 30th.
I think you.
2011.
I'm not real sure. That's borderline whether they would
Okay.
qualify you as first time or not.
Right.
But you get a ribbon if you're the first time, and then if you
Wait a minute, back up. First
Okay.
time what now? Oh, you lost.
First
first
time
year
consultant.
first year consultant,
Oh, okay.
first year consultant, like Angie.
Okay.
See, Angie would get a ribbon.
Okay.
Okay, if you're star consultant, and if you achieve the Moving On Up challenge. Now here's the Moving On Up challenge. They do this every career conference. You can count on a luncheon that you can earn, and you can count on a Moving On Up challenge. And what this is, when you move up to the position of team leader or above between November the 30th and February the 28th, I know we got one in here that's close.
Okay, what's team leader?
Team leader is when you have 5 to 7 active team members.
Just active.
Oh, February 28th.
So that's the 200.
Naturally.
Yes. Okay. So if you move up to team leader or above, then you get to go on stage for the Moving On Up challenge. Plus, you get the ribbon. And if you all want to do this, and other directors do this, if you all want to budget out your registration costs, if you wanted to give me, say, $5 or $10 a week to put up, because registration will open up February the 1st. And like I said, it'll sell out quick, and sometimes it's just easier if you just gave $5 or $10 a week or whatever towards it, and then I would register you for you, if that might help. However we can get it done, because I'd love to see all
So
of
it's
y'all go.
$85 now or $95 at the door.
At the door, and I wouldn't count on at the door this year,
Okay, so $85 February 1st.
if at all possible. Now that doesn't mean that's the deadline. That's not the
Yeah,
deadline.
I know what you I know what
Yeah.
you mean. But that's when we can start paying.
That's when you start paying. Yeah, that's when we can register on February the 1st. And I would love to have as many of y'all register on February 1st as possible. I got all kinds of announcements.
Phew.
True Dimension lipstick samplers. They will be available for you to order on January 16th. They
What
wanted,
samplers?
for the new lipsticks, the True Dimensions, they wanted to get the lipsticks out first, early enough in the holiday seasons, you know, so that you could sell them. So they are going to make the samplers available January the 16th. Seminar is in July. And again, for the past several years, Seminar has not really been a sellout. And it used to be, years ago, and Kathy remembers this, you had to be a star consultant in order to get in the arena. That's where everything live happens. And if you wasn't a star, then you went to what was called Hall A, which was great, lots of women, but you've seen everything on a big screen. You know, a little bit different. This year, they went back to that, and it's because of the 50th anniversary. It's going to be a sellout.
July what now? Because I've got to put all this in at work. Okay. Yeah,
I'll get
probably get on in touch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to say it's the 20th through the 23rd, but don't hold me to. Do you happen to know offhand?
I'll hook on in
It
touch.
isn't in the book either. It has been in the past.
Yeah, it's not in here yet. They'll wait till after career conference probably. So, but you're going to want to, and that means you need to be a star this quarter to ensure that you will have seating in the arena. You know, that's just to ensure that you'll have seating in the arena. Does that make sense? You don't know anything about seminar yet. Some of you don't, but just hear what I'm
What's the
saying.
big deal?
It is a big deal.
What is it?
It's in Dallas.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you're in the
Yeah.
arena, like when you're in Dallas in the arena, I know you two remember this very well. It's
Hello.
hey, come on in. Hey, come on in.
Kind of like the difference of watching a concert on TV and being at Rep Arena.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like you want to
Okay.
be there.
Are we gonna be doing much clapping?
No,
No.
I'm not planning on any clapping.
Okay.
Is he asleep?
Yeah.
Kayla is here, and she volunteered to sit and just look at him and watch him for you if you wanted her to.
That's why she looked at me like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, she's good at watching.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So should I take her upstairs, or can she come down here?
She can come down here. You want me to grab her real quick?
Sure. If she's just gonna sit there.
We're talking about the seminar registration. You want to be a star consultant this quarter to ensure that you've got arena seating. Okay, Consistency Club. First of all, I want to congratulate Kirsty Savoy, Kim Rowland, and Angie Radeball because they met the Consistency Club challenge last quarter. And they have earned a PMS night with me. Popcorn movie and a soda. Yeah, we're going to watch a chick flick. And it's going to be here. Haven't decided on TV yet because I just got that little bitty one upstairs, but we may crash your house. I don't know yet.
I've got the movie burlesque.
Yeah, we want to relax.
Oh, I thought you said burlesque.
I did.
Oh,
yeah, I thought
burlesque.
she.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is supposed to be a good chick flick.
Christina Aguilera. So.
Yeah, okay, I'll keep that in mind. Well, it's going to be January 25th at 7:30, so I'll be letting y'all know more about that. But we have a new Consistency Club for this quarter. Here's all the different things that you can earn. Okay, I'll just pass them around here.
Mom and I can share one to take home if you don't.
I got plenty of them. I like this Consistency Club, and Kim had indicated to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you felt like it really helped keep you on track this last quarter. So what do you think, Kirsty? What'd you get out of the Consistency
I
Club?
loved it.
Did
I loved
you?
checking off and then writing down. 'Cause of course, the I personality in me was like, oh, I get this, I get this. It was fun.
It was fun. Well, this quarter, I upped it a little bit. And the reason I upped it a little bit is because you're totally capable. When I got to thinking about, one party a month is $200 in sales and $50 of reorders, that is so doable. I just upped it to $300 a month. Okay? So when you order at least 300 wholesale every month from January through March, you're going to get a special surprise at Career Conference. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Plus, you're also going to get a charm for your Italian charm bracelet. Okay? If you do a 600 a month wholesale, you're going to get your Italian charm of the month, plus a bonus surprise jewelry gift. Something very special, something different every month. You get the opportunity, if you've not already earned your Italian charm starter bracelet, you can do so just by placing a $200 wholesale order. Plain and simple. And then you get to build it. And you earn a charm for your bracelet for each one of these activities that you complete in 1 month. $400 or more wholesale, 5 career chats with me, 15 faces, if you add 1 new team member, if you prefer to have a charm in place of the ring, or if you attend a Mary Kay event or a workshop such as January Job Start. Okay? And this quarter, when you're a star consultant, not only will you get a great prize from Mary Kay and a charm for your bracelet, but I'm going to take you to lunch. Take you to lunch. And then we have the CD of the Month Club. And when you do your weekly accomplishment sheet every week, you get a CD of the month. So I do have a few prizes to give out.
I got one question.
Oh, okay. What's your question?
What's a career chat?
Career chat is when someone is interested in the
Okay.
business, and I just tell them the facts.
Okay. So you're actually doing
And you're listening.
okay.
And you're listening. And that brings me, one of the things that I will be doing from here on out is doing this on the phone, where we'll have a certain day and a certain time, and you can have your people call in. And you can call in too and listen. But back to the good old marketing calls.
Would they be required to talk, or could they message?
Just answer questions. Pretty
That
much.
was a huge selling point with that phone number.
Yeah.
They didn't have to talk to
They didn't
anybody.
have
They
to.
just
And you
Yeah.
can, you
Call
can
me back.
still use that. You can still use that number and then just say, hey, this is what I did. You want to follow up? So I'll let you. Molly, she's going to come and visit everybody. Okay. Let's see. I have got days of the month to win a handbag, and I don't have the handbag yet. I'm going to get it this weekend. But we had some winners.
I just dropped it. Put it somewhere.
Put it in there.
Dawn is dropping. The ones that stepped up to meet that challenge the last few days of the month was Lisa Phillips, so she's going in here. Angie Radeball is going in here. Dawn Garber is going in here.
Oh, there it is.
Karen Reynolds is going in here. Tanya Harden is going in here. And these are all gals that did 200 or more in the last few days of the month. And Hannah Wheeler. All right. I'm going to shake them up. Draw me one out there.
If Lisa Phillips is the winner, she has to come to me.
She has to come to meeting and get it. Yeah. That's usually the only way you get prizes for me. She's going to come get it. And the winner of the beautiful purse that I'm going to get is Dawn Garber. Congratulations, Dawn. All right. Okay, now we got through the business. One last handout for you. For everything else, this is your calendar for this month. This is just telling you some what the meetings are going to be about, and some different things you might need to know, like the spring enrollment for the lookbooks coming up. You might need to know about that. Okay, and then also, if you'll notice, I'm putting birthdays on here, and I'm also putting some things on here that you can do to help you stay consistent in your business. For instance, on the first of the month is always the day that you want to, think about your goals for the coming month, okay? And then, by the first or second, you want to make sure that you're familiar with company promotions and unit promotions. And I challenge you to make 10 bookings, do 10 appointments, book them. If you do that, and then somewhere around the 15th or 16th, book 10 more, you will have your books filled up. Mm-hmm. Always. Does that mean they're all going to hold? No. You will probably have how many out of 10? 5. So, but this will kind of help keep you on track. And then you'll also see too, on the 10th and the 24th, this is when I'm going to do this career chat by phone, so you can have your people call in. There's the number and the access code. Code, not cold. What am I thinking? And also on the 29th, if you have any people, customers, friends, family in Campbellsville, I'm going to go down with Holly. She does training and a class, and I'm going to start going with her to Campbellsville a time or two, because we have Amber who lives down there, Brady Ball, and so we're going to develop some more down there too.
Where is Campbellsville?
Campbellsville is, where Lebanon is at?
Southwest.
Southwest.
Okay, there you go. Southwest.
I went to university there.
Hmm.
I graduated from Campbell's University.
Did you really? I didn't realize it was Campbellsville. Who is it that we have that's going to school there, Kim? Somebody in our family's
Good
going
school.
there.
Didn't you know?
I did not know.
I can't think of it.
So are the Thursday nights at
Comfort
Lexington?
Suites.
Is
Uh-huh.
that still?
And that's still on, and I'll be getting those themes from Holly, and I'll get those out to you so that you can utilize Thursday nights at Comfort Suites.
Is this calendar on your website?
It is on Facebook. I
I
no
saw
longer
that.
I no
I
longer
got it.
have a website.
Okay.
I have Melissa's excuse me,
Melissa's
Mighty Miracles. I have several pages.
Yeah.
But I have the Mighty Miracles page, and there's a file that's got documents. I mean, I put everything on there, so that's where you'll find it. That's where you'll find it.
Same thing.
Any questions so far?
He's got one.
Yeah.
He's got a question.
I want to move that before I knock
Before
it.
you knock it over, everybody get their
Wait a minute.
charms. Taxes, taxes,
Oh.
taxes. Y'all ready for this?
No,
Party started.
Good old taxes.
I don't know what I do with my pen. There it is.
All right. I have yet another handout, but this is your Mary Kay tax worksheet.
These are also on your Facebook page.
Uh-huh, yes.
This is really nice paper to be printing handouts on.
I've got tons of it I'm going to get rid of, so.
I still have a lot of stuff you gave me.
Do you?
Well,
I took a ton of paper to the daycare last week. I'm talking a box full of paper, because they're always using it. I still have a ton of it left. But that shelf in there, that's it. That's all the paper I've got
Oh
left.
my
Can you
gosh,
believe
you've
that?
done, I'm proud of you.
You knew me when.
Yeah.
You knew me when.
Saw you carry it when.
You did, didn't you?
some of us helped you lift it when.
Yes, you did, didn't you? I forgot about that, but yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Rolls of carpet. Can you believe that?
Gosh, all that stuff. What were we thinking? I've downsized so much and thrown so much stuff away, give so much stuff away, it's not even funny.
You feel, how do you feel about it?
At first defeated, and now I feel great.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
I feel great
Something
now.
told me to bring the briefcase tonight.
So you put your stuff in it. Okay, taxes, taxes, taxes. Now, if you have a Mary Kay business, which you all do, you are self-employed. You are independent contractors, and you are subject to self-employment taxes.
Don't take it to all the other places because they don't
They don't know.
understand. They
In
don't
fact, that's you're right. And there's two questions that you should ask your tax preparer. If it's not me, you need to find out. Number one, how many tax returns did they do last year? And number two, Mary Kay tax returns. That is, how many Mary Kay tax returns did they do last year? And the second question is, ask them, do they know the difference between Section 1 and Section 2? If that tax preparer cannot answer either of those questions, you better find someone who can. Okay.
Well, it's very easy to find someone.
I know.
Yeah.
Now, another question that people ask me is, well, I didn't really sell much this year. Do I still have to file a tax return? Well, you know what? If your income is $400 or more, if you profited $400 or more, yes, you do. And it'd be silly not to anyway because of all the deductions that you could take, which would help you, with your income. So I'm going to go over some importance of keeping accurate records, and then we're going to go over this little worksheet here, and you're going to want to probably write all over that worksheet.
Just to add to that,
Mhm.
the tax accounts expect you to have a loss on paper for the first 4 years.
Yes.
At least.
Yeah. It becomes a hobby when, like, for instance, I have always shown a loss on paper with my Mary Kay business, and I've been in, you have too, and I've been in the business
years.
almost 10 years. You've been in 5 years already?
Isn't that crazy?
Wow. That's crazy. And most accountants would look at that and say, well, you can't do this. It's it's a loss. You're doing a hobby. You're having a hobby. And it never came to my attention that that was happening until Sharon Dietrich called me last year, and she said,
I
my
saw her
accountant.
today.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah.
Tell her hi.
Running through the gym, saying, I'm late.
Oh, that
So-
sounds like Sharon. But her accountant had said, you know what, you're not making any money. You're still showing losses after 5 years. you can't file it. It's a hobby. Baloney. Baloney. Because if you'll look, if your sales are going up, your expenses are going to go up too. And that's what the IRS is going to look at. You know, if you're looking at your sales one year, say $20,000 and you show a loss, and the next year it's, I don't know, $20,000 and it's a loss. If that continues, if there's no progress, then yeah, it's a hobby. And there's still a way you can write off hobby, but not like you can a business.
What do you mean a loss? Your expenses are greater than
Yeah,
your
your
income?
expenses. And you're going to have what I call invisible expenses, like mileage. That's a lot. You know, that can, if you travel like I do, I mean, it's nothing for me to put 25,000 miles a year on a car, just doing Mary Kay. And at 55 cents a mile, that's a sweet deduction. And it creates a loss. And it's just on paper, though. It's just on paper. So, you want to keep your business expenses separate from your personal expenses. And you all know that, right? Separate checking accounts.
Big star.
Big star. Big star. And, you know, you might want to consider getting a credit card to use strictly for your business. And here's why. It's easy to track. It makes your bookkeeping easy if you treat it right, okay?
That's the key. Treat it right.
Treat it right.
That's right.
Yeah, that's the key, and it's very easy not to. Very easy, and we're all human, so. Keep all your monthly statements and your deposit slips for that credit card, and if you have a credit card that you're using for Mary Kay, do not, and I repeat, do not use it for other things. When you do that, you're not going to be able to write off the interest because it's not strictly business. Okay. Now, also you want to keep a daily log of your mileage. If you're out every day, and I suggest just write it in your date book or get one of those little pocket planners and keep in your car to write your mileage down every time you do something with Mary Kay. I don't care if it's going to the store to pick up a thing of cotton balls. That's mileage. And you'd be surprised how quick that mileage will add up. Y'all know to save all your Mary Kay business-related documents and records and organize them into some kind of filing system. And at the end here, I'll give you a couple of examples. It's real simple that you can do for your filing system. Keep all of your records, all of your receipts and everything for at least 4 years. Let me give you a tip on the receipts. Over time, the ink on those receipts fade. So, and I've seen them fade after 6 months, honestly. I'm seeing it right now. And if you don't have that document, if you were ever audited and you don't have that piece of paper to back up that deduction, the IRS is going to disallow it. My tip to you is to scan or make a copy of that receipt and keep it. What I like to do, there's an app for that. It's called CAM Scan, CAMSCANN, or SCAN. And it's an app, and it's like a camera, basically. But you lay your receipts down, hold that over it, take the picture of it, and then you can then send it to your computer. Okay? You can then send it to your computer. Once it's in your computer, computers crash, right? My suggestion is a little flash drive to keep that kind of stuff on.
Woohoo! That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, because I don't know about you all, and honestly, I have been so proud of myself for the last 2 years getting away from paper, because I love paper. Love paper, I love writing, love paper. But for the last 2 years when I did tax returns, I was going green. And so my customer would get her tax return copy, but I put mine on a flash drive. I'm smart. No more files, no more paper. Until I finished my classes this year with the IRS, and due to all the new tax regulations and everything, there are going to be, and there always has been, but more so now, random checks of tax offices, and they want to see. So I'm back to paper.
What about those faded receipts? I mean, you have the copy and it's faded. What are they?
That's why it's best if you
Have
scan
both?
it. Well, I would keep it if you
Okay.
want to, if you like paper. And I say that because I'm a paper person.
No, I'm not. I'd rather
Then
just
throw it away.
So if we had at least scanned in
Scan
on paper,
in.
I mean on our flash drives,
Yeah, you're fine.
we're fine. Okay.
You're fine. Really eliminates a lot.
I thought I was so smart. I went through and highlighted it and highlight
Yeah.
it faded too.
Oh,
So
does
all
it?
my
Yeah, it
receipts,
does.
yes. Lee told me don't do it anymore.
Yeah,
Because
it does.
it's faded all the ink on my receipts.
I was working on some bookkeeping the other day, and this little business is a brand new business, and this is a receipt from August, and it already started fading.
Yeah, they're
You know.
not putting the ink in it.
I've had receipts fade the next week.
Yeah, they will, and it's the ink and the paper that they use. Okay. Here are some important records you must keep for your Mary Kay business regarding your income.
Yeah.
Sales tickets.
Oh, yeah.
That is a must. Your weekly accomplishment sheet will not take the place of a sales ticket. Your weekly accomplishment sheet is for you to track, for you to know where you're at in your business, for you to show your potential recruits, and for your director. It is not for the IRS. So your sales ticket. If you receive a 1099 miscellaneous from the IRS, that is also something you should say. Have to. Now, and the only time you're going to get a 1099 miscellaneous is if you order 5,000 or more wholesale in the year, or you receive $600 or more in commissions and prizes from the company. That's the only time you're going to get. You're not going to get a 1099 for your sales. The company has no idea. That's why it's so crucial that you save those sales receipts, those sales tickets. Because if you were audited, the IRS would say, prove your sales. So you have to back it up with those sales tickets.
Melissa, how much in, I got the 500 wholesale.
5,000 posted.
5,000.
And it's 600 in
600.
commissions and
Huh.
prizes.
Okay.
Not prizes, you mean company prizes, not
Uh-huh.
what you all.
Yeah.
No, not
No.
what we give. It's like their star prizes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Income advisory statements. This is something actually you can get online. The company used to send them out, but I don't think they send them anymore unless you do a certain amount. But, you know, as a consultant, you can go under your business and under reports, I think it is, and there's monthly income advisory. This is really cool because it's going to show you your orders, except for the December order. It won't show that until January. But it will show you January through November.
How long will that stay in your computer? Like, do we
About a
need to
year.
print them off? Okay, so 2012 will stay there through December.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Unless they make a change to that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it'll show you commissions, it'll show you wholesale orders, it'll show you a lot of information, except for the month of December. It won't show you any December numbers.
Can you get that like now in January of this year for December of 2012?
I think so. I'd have to look and see, but I think you can.
And what were the reports I was going back to look for? Is it your weeklies or what is it? They took off and I didn't realize, and I thought, oh man. Reports on the Mary Kay In Touch when you go in and try to print
Okay.
off from.
Are you talking about like the taxes and the?
Yeah, I was looking at it when I was doing my
Shipping and
taxes for some
handling.
back taxes we were working on.
Does that income advisory, does it have like the shipping and handling and the taxes that we paid on those products? I mean, it's like a full sales slip
Yes.
receipt.
Yes.
I
It's
would-
nice.
I would rather not keep all those sales slips, those packing slips.
You need to.
Okay. I have been.
I know.
But if I can get it off of the income advisory statement.
Exactly. And but yeah, you need to keep those
Okay.
too. So
Is that the paper talking?
no,
The monster talking,
no,
or
that's
is
the
that-
IRS talking.
Okay.
That's the IRS. That's Uncle Sam.
So with those, could we, if we get that cam thing, we can, like when we're processing somebody's order, we can scan it right then and save it?
The
Or do
sales
those need to be,
tickets,
like,
you need to
I need to
keep.
have 'em?
Yeah, you need to have those.
I need to
Um,
write harder.
Just your
You
yeah.
can't see on
Just
my,
your-
on the
well-
back pages.
That's
Yeah.
true.
It's
It's
true.
hard for me to see. So just get
But
that
I
right.
keep the pink copy. I keep the top copy.
Yeah,
You
you
keep
should.
the top?
Yes,
Mhm.
the contract part that's the very last sheet and the one right above it. That's what you give to
Oh,
the
okay.
customer. And the top three, because one should go into their file that you have on them, and one should go into a banking that you keep all of your receipts. And keep those by the month, and it's easy enough.
Well, when you go back and read
Does it
over it,
take-
it'll start
No.
making sense.
No, it will.
No. Okay. Well, we'll just.
Because I don't do taxes.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't expect you all to know everything about it. That's not your job. But you just need to know.
No, I mean, because of being disabled, I don't
Oh,
have
you
to
don't have
report
taxes.
anything.
Right.
So I don't have anything,
So you
so.
earn that car, and then you will have to.
Yeah. Then you'll have to join the rest of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Join
I
the race.
don't want to earn that car.
Something else you need to keep:
No.
your bank deposit slips and your bank statements. These are things the IRS can ask you for when you're audited.
The thing is the bank charges $6 for a bank statement now.
If
You
you
can-
get it online,
Yeah.
you print it off.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, and that's what I do because I'm not paying the bank. I pay them enough.
Mine's been coming free, so guess we'll hold on.
Now, there are certain records that you need to keep regarding expenses. That's what you need to keep regarding income.
Okay.
Now, regarding expenses, your packing slip that comes in your orders, because that details the products that you bought.
There's 4 pieces of information you get off those packing slips, so it's really important to keep them.
It is. It really
And
is.
every time I have mine, I have a 3-ring. I punch the holes and I put it right into a 3-ring binder, and it's all there.
Keeps it
My
so
bank
much better.
statements are right in that with that, so IRS comes, I just here's
Give
the
them the
folder.
book. That's exactly what I do. Here's my book.
That's what I do.
Yeah, 3-ring binder,
3-ring
and your
binders.
packing slips go in there, and your bank statements go in there, and if you
And
get
if you go-
commissions, that goes in there.
And my weekly statements are all in there,
Your
and
weekly
my
accomplishment sheets.
the accomplishment sheets are put right into that. Also the what's the third? Oh, if I go to anything like January Jumpstart, whatever, and you print off your receipt that you are going.
Okay.
So I have that for all events, so I just punch that. Everything is in a 3-ring binder. It's really simple bookkeeping.
You guys, that's a great idea, and I talk highly of Maxine because she organized me. No, I mean she is a whiz at organizing, so that's a great idea. She's the one that set up my book for all that. So you need to keep that, definitely. Copies of money orders, cashier's checks, credit card receipts for the product you purchase, anything like that. Keep copies of. Most of the, that would be your credit card statement. If you're using a debit card, it's going to be your bank statement. You see what I'm saying? Did everybody count inventory on the last day of the month if you have inventory? Good job, good job. You didn't, did you?
I've organized it. It's organized. I can count it.
Count.
The inventory that
Yeah.
goes on your taxes.
See, now I took my tax to the guy, and he said, and he asked me there's partners, and the first partner says, well, where's your inventory on here? And I said, well, I didn't have it done or whatever. I said, do you need that? I said, I'll have it. Yeah, he needs it. So I take it back, and the second guy takes it, and he didn't ask me anything about my inventory.
I'd be scared to death. I'm just gonna be blunt. Yeah, you got to have that ending.
He says
inventory
because
count.
it's always rolling over. He said it moves it.
But you got to have it like what was on your shelf this year on January.
Right.
On December 31st. You're going to use that when you prepare your taxes for 2012. And I'll show you. When we get this worksheet, I'll show you where that's going to go.
Well, I have it. I don't know if I have to.
Okay, the last thing you were saying were
These
copies
taxes
of
are
debit cards and
absolutely
everything.
Your
Of what?
statements.
Yeah, of
Oh, okay. Copies of your money orders, cashier's checks, credit card statements. But if you don't use a credit card to purchase, you're using a debit card, then it would be your
Copies
bank
of
statement.
how paid, how you
pay
paid.
for your product. How you pay for your product. Now, it's important that the product you give away as hostess gifts, you need to have a sales ticket for that. And that's your cost on there. So let's say I'm giving Susie Q a Dance to Life perfume. I would fill it out on my ticket as the Dance to Life perfume, but the price on there would only be $25. It would be my cost instead of her cost. That's
So you're
hostess
doing
gift.
as if it's a sale.
Yes, yes. Every product that goes off your shelf goes onto a ticket. Goes onto, it's so important. Even your own personal use items Goes on there as a ticket. I mean, as a sale. If you're ever audited, these records help you prove your business expenses.
Could I just ask a question for clarification? So when we do giveaway, it's the wholesale amount.
It's the wholesale amount. Everything you're gonna deal with, except for sales, is wholesale amounts.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's see, we'll go over all of that. Another tip, you should record the odometer meter reading on your car on the last day of the month of the year and on the first day of the year. So that you can, because when you're claiming mileage or actual expenses on your vehicle, the IRS wants to know how much you use that vehicle for your business. And they do this with a calculation to get a percentage using the mileage. So, nobody did that, did they?
Yes.
You did? Yay!
Well, today's only the 7th.
Yeah, you can
500 miles.
Make
You
a good
can-
guess at it. Make a good
Now,
guess.
would you still go ahead and do that if you're claiming the gas instead of the mileage?
I always suggest keeping both to see which is going to be to your benefit. Most of the time, mileage is to your benefit because it's 55 cents a mile. However, if you have an older car, maybe it uses a lot of gas, your actual expenses may be to your advantage. And I'll go over actual expenses here in just a minute too. And one thing to keep in mind, canceled checks, IRS will look at you and say, they do not count as receipts. They do not count as receipts. They used to, but they don't anymore. There has been so much fraud over the past several years that the IRS is just really cracking down, and they're not playing anymore. A lot of fraud. Yeah. Okay. Business travel, it's your responsibility to prove that any given trip is primarily for business. And you do that with your date book and your mileage that you're writing down.
Let me ask you this. If, for instance, I have a sale in Danville,
Mm-hmm.
and I drive over there, make my delivery, and for me with the baby, it's very inconvenient to drive home and then have to drive back to get groceries. So if I make the delivery, go to Kroger's, pick my stuff up, and then go home for that extra 2 miles, do I have to subtract 2 miles, or is it
You
it's
can
all in
count
one
it.
trip?
It's all in one trip.
Okay. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's the way I've always done it. Is
Yeah.
If I go to Danville, I'm going to get groceries and do all my errands at the same time.
Exactly.
Bank deposits and stuff.
Deliveries, yeah. It's all, you don't separate it.
Okay.
It's fine. Business meals and entertainment. We do a lot of business meals, but make sure that you document that receipt. When I have my receipts, before I do the little scam thing, I will write on there what it was for. If it was at a unit meeting or if it was career conference. If I had, say, a career chat, whatever it is, I'll put it on that little receipt and then take that picture of it. Because the IRS wants to know, just because you have, a receipt for Copper River for $40, that don't mean crap. You've got to document that it was for business. So, and all you have to do is just talk about your business a little bit, and it's business expense. Yeah. Just saying. Just saying.
One thing, my ex-husband and I was in a business that, all we had to do was talk about the business when we went to the movies, or hand somebody a CD about the business, and we were able to deduct our movie
Yeah.
and everything. We did that all the time. We would go to the people. We just got a free movie. Well, how'd you do that? Well, told them with the, about the, with the business, it's a deduction.
So isn't suspicious at all?
I think you have to just be very careful. You have to document.
Yeah.
You
I mean, we didn't really document, but
Yeah.
we didn't get audited either.
Yeah,
but,
you were lucky.
Yeah, we were lucky.
You were lucky.
But, I mean, this is, let's see, 2001, 2001.
Yeah.
So things have changed since then, too.
Oh, yeah.
But,
It's just like, say you're here in town and you're out making deliveries, and you're hungry, you're going to go to McDonald's. That's not a tax write-off, just because you're out making deliveries and you're hungry. that's not a tax write-off. So, I mean, yeah, I've done whoopsies before too.
Well, you could talk about the business while you're there.
I do. I mean, there's hardly anywhere I go out to eat that we are not talking business. And I will talk to the waitresses. I will talk. Yes, I will. Other business expenses, your advertising costs, of course, you know, and that would include, you know, when you purchase your lookbooks, that's advertising. Your PCP, that's advertising. Business cards, newspaper ads. Your Mary Kay website, that's advertising.
Oh, talking about newspaper ads. Craigslist has a section says services offered.
Mhm.
Can we advertise on that?
If you use the wording provided from Mary Kay, go to media
Mm-hmm.
and use their wording, and that's fine.
I have a question about business meals.
Mhm.
Sorry. So if I go out to eat with my parents and my kids and my husband are with us and we eat and I talk about Mary Kay and I buy my parents' meal, I write off the entire check,
Yeah, if you're talking Mary Kay, and
including kids, husband, spouse. But okay.
if you're traveling, let's say you went to Virginia, okay, to see Sarah. Now let's say you left Friday, and let's say Sunday, Saturday night, she was going to have a party that you were going to do, and then you were going to come back home by Monday. You could write off that entire trip. As long as 24 hours, as long as you've got something to do with Mary Kay, whether it's a workshop or a debut or a party, you can count your expenses the 24 hours before and the 24 hours after. That's how you write off.
What if it's just a facial?
Same thing. If you're traveling, sweet.
This
Yeah.
went to South Carolina.
I just
and my
went
best
to
friend was there,
Louisville.
and I
Why
did
did I
a
not tell
full
her?
color facial for her and my friend, other friend. So the two women that were there.
So you had to write that off.
Yeah, nice.
See, that's sweet.
I flew to
went
Montana. That plane ticket will be.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I did a party.
Because
out
you
there.
did parties out there. I remember that. And like when I went to Tennessee a few years back, went down there to do a class, a group of women. And I got to write off the whole weekend because it was 24 hours before, then the party, and then 24 hours after. I wrote the whole weekend off.
So when you say whole weekend, are you saying including all your meals that you were there for?
Mhm.
And the
Your-
gas taxes, or if you're
Your hotel expense,
Hotel.
gas, mileage.
You did it for Sarah one year too, didn't you?
Yeah.
You go to Virginia Beach and she had a party and then
I wrote it off. I wrote off
okay.
3 days.
Does that have to go through your Mary Kay account, credit card? Like I used Daniel's money for the gas to get down there and the meals that I had and coming back. Do I need?
You
How does
you can get away with it. I mean,
Okay.
using his money. I would strongly suggest that anything you do for your business comes out of that business account.
Okay, so if I'm stealing from Peter to pay Paul, if I get a check from Daniel and it deposits into my account to pay for that weekend,
You're fine.
does that check from Daniel have to be counted as an income?
No.
Okay.
It's a
Document.
reimbursement.
Yeah.
And that's
document.
what you write on the deposit slips. Anything you do as a thing, a Peter Paul thing, write reimburse. I
Reimbursement.
didn't, and boy, that's what took me so long on my account because I had money from my housekeeping that I put in there, so I had money to put an order in. And now I'm sitting there looking at these going, okay, I know I didn't sell $100 to this person. She doesn't even use Mary Kay. It's like, okay, what's this money in here for? And so, yeah,
Exactly.
I did that.
Is that
And
why you made the comment, I made my deposit show I made this much money, but my sales slips only show I made this much money? Aren't you glad you had your sales slips to say this is how much I really made?
There's another reason to
Oh,
keep your sales
yeah.
slips.
yes,
Sales
yes.
slips more accurate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you cannot use your bank statements to figure out what your income was. I don't care if you never put another dime for something else in there. It's not going to balance. It's not going to
It's
work.
not
There
gonna work.
is that spirit of
Yeah. We've got 3 different
Contentious.
accounts and sometimes I have to rob here and here to just
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
like, oh my God, I'm trying so hard not to do that now.
If we ever get called by the IRS, I'm just going to look at them going, you fools. You go right ahead.
You do it.
I have 10 boxes. You are more than welcome to it. And when you want to retire, I got another 10 boxes. You just help yourself to it.
That's right. Now, bad debts from sales or things. Okay, sometimes
Yeah.
you might have a customer that gives you a bounce check, and maybe you can't collect on it at all. That's called a bad. That's a bad debt. A return check or a refused credit card payment, even that's a bad debt. And so you just need to document that because you can write that off. Hi, sweet pea. Little monkey man. Hi, little monkey man.
There's all
He's
these voices.
he's our mascot.
Yeah.
He's the M&M.
I'm gonna dress them up and take some pictures.
I think so. It's an M&M.
What?
So make sure that you document your bad debt. You need to put on this paper or whatever it is you got the existence and the nature of the debt. Okay? That the debt corresponds to an item you previously or currently reported as income. For instance, you have a sales ticket, you sold a miracle set, okay, to Susie Q. Susie Q's check bounces. So you just need to document on there that, even though it was a sale that you're going to count in your sales, it's still a loss because you're going to pull it back off as a bad debt. I lost anybody on that?
Could you say it one more time?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say you sell Susie Q a miracle set, and she gives you a check for $120. Okay, and let's say the check bounces, and you can't find Susie Q anywhere. You can't get the product back. You can't get the check back. It's a bad debt. For income reporting purposes, you include that sales ticket with your income. Okay, you include that. But then there's another place on your tax return that you'll write that amount off as a bad debt because you lost it. I mean, it's like a washout, but you have to report these things. You just have to.
And it makes sense. There has to be a balance there because if you don't count it in income, then why should you be able to count it as a debt?
As a loss.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You need the check and balance.
Exactly. Okay. Wages, if you pay somebody to help you in the house
I
or
have a
assistant.
question to ask you about the loss. Like, my business bought product, and then I let someone borrow it, and that product didn't make it back to my house.
That's a loss.
So how does that go?
Because
I'm
you
already
didn't sell
deducting
it.
Yeah, I didn't sell it, and it's already a deduction from my business, but I'm going to have to buy it again to replace it as a demo.
Then you need to write up just like we wrote Susie Q up.
Write a slip on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sell it to her and then get
Yeah.
it back,
And then get it back.
even though I've already taken it as a deduction from the business.
Yes, because you're having to replace it.
Okay.
You're replacing it.
Okay.
All right, let's look at this tax worksheet. This will make your life easy.
Yes,
And whoever does your
it
taxes
will.
will make your life make our life easy. Okay?
It's gonna make your life easy if I do this for you.
It's gonna make my life really easy.
I ain't gonna do it. David does all this. You know
I know.
that.
I'll talk to David. He's the good one. That's at the top. Okay. This is your income, and this is the total sales, including your sales tax. So when you're totaling up your sales tickets, include the sales tax. Also include hostess gifts. Okay, if you wrote that up, include that.
Hostess gives me PCP and free giveaway
Yes.
product.
All that goes on a sales ticket, and it's a sale because we're going to end up writing it back off. But you got to put it in there like a sale.
Okay.
It's income.
With the
Yeah. So that is retail price. So you're just totaling up your sales tickets with tax. That's what your customer's paying. That's going to give you your total sales for the year.
So total sales includes the sales tax.
Yes.
So it's the total at the bottom of your, and I just put a great big circle around it. So when you're sitting there going through papers, all you're looking through is circles.
Exactly.
It speeds it up at the end of the year. Believe me, when you do 5 years in a row, you figure out how to make it real simple.
She had to separate my expenses one time too. So, yeah, she knows what she's talking about. Okay, then we've got expenses. Okay, the first one is your beginning inventory. This is what you started out with at the beginning of the year.
And you went wholesale. I did retail.
I told you that, didn't I? I told you backwards. It's wholesale. Everything is wholesale except for your income.
How's that going to affect her taxes?
Well, it sounds like the guy's already messed it up.
So like, can I never get away from taxes?
Because he
Oh
wasn't
my
counting
God.
in the inventory.
Yeah, she made that comment. I was
Yeah.
like, I've always
Yeah.
given my. You sure you want to go back?
I can look over them if you like. Beginning
No,
inventory.
you don't. No, you don't.
You should see something I get.
Oh.
So this is your wholesale. And this is what you had on your shelf as of January the 1st, 2012. If you had nothing, then it's zero.
Another question.
Uh-huh.
I did wholesale using the slip in the thing. Those are all going to be a retail price, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. You're talking about the
Do
consultant
you know
order
how
form?
hard? How do you go through and do wholesale? Holy mackerel! You have to take every single one of them and cut the pricing.
You just take the total and divide it in half.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
One step.
You know, it's really easy when you do your inventory is to go into Mary Kay in Touch, like you're
Oh,
doing
yeah.
an order,
Yeah.
and make up that order. You just don't submit it.
Yeah.
And that's going to give you your wholesale amount.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or I can
Or
divide
those,
it in half.
the,
Okay.
if you like paper, the paper ones that come
Yeah.
in the.
Yeah.
That's what I did it with.
Okay, the
But
package
that's
slips.
retail.
It's fun to
see.
see what you would
That's all
really
retail
get.
prices
Yeah.
in that.
Claire,
So
we just
divide it in
clarified that
half.
the-
Dream on,
Limited
dream
edition do
on.
not count.
Right.
Now,
Now,
that's a big one.
Now, it will count as beginning inventory. If your inventory, let's say, if you're a new consultant and you came in with inventory, okay, and you bought limited edition products in that initial inventory, then it counts. But that's the only time,
Okay.
okay?
But
So,
that's the
Wait, you
one
just
time
lost
shot.
me.
okay, what you need to worry about is this right here, beginning
Yeah.
inventory wholesale, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that is just what you've got on your shelf on the first day of the year. If it's zero, it's zero, okay?
Does what's in your kit count?
Yeah.
It counts
No,
with.
no, 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 no.
No.
No. That's somewhere else on here,
Okay.
okay?
Now,
I
okay,
never
so
claimed that. I
say
didn't know
January
about it.
1st I didn't have any inventory, but January 15th I ordered inventory. Is that my beginning inventory or does not count?
It doesn't count.
So it's still zero.
Still zero, okay? This next line is section 1 purchases. This is what you purchased from the company. So your order on January 15th, that would be included in this figure. And this is where you can get the amount from your packing slips, okay? This is your wholesale, and it's wholesale. Everything's wholesale except for your income, okay? So, in the next line, this is your personal use product. You're going to go in there, and this is wholesale, and this is stuff like your skincare that you use personally, okay? It's product that cannot be seen. That's called personal use. Eyeshadows, you can see it. Even though it's personal use, it's going to go under advertising, okay? So, if you give your sister some Mary Kay product as a gift for her birthday, that amount would go under personal use. Your closing inventory on December 31st, this is what you have on your shelf, and like Lena said, excluding limited edition products. So the easiest thing to do is to either take the paper order form out of your applause magazine and check. You do not have to know how many blue eyeshadows you have. You do not have to know how many waterproof mascaras you have. How many black waterproof mascaras. You just need to know how many of each.
Right.
You've got 30 eyeshadows. You've got 50 mineral powders. You do not need to know each shade. Okay?
Melissa,
Mm-hmm.
on the when I did my not order, but when I did my inventory,
Mhm.
it showed up on the what's it called, the special edition limited.
Uh-huh.
That wasn't on the actual order form, but it was on the computer.
The special limited edition, like what?
Like
the
last year's, what wasn't sold out.
Oh, okay.
I mean, last quarter's.
If it's still something that they have, but it's running out, you still don't have to count it. You still don't have to count
I
it.
did.
You're just going to count regular line.
Yeah.
Just regular
Well, that's
line.
what it threw me because
It does. It does.
Well, because I know I have a lot of limited edition, but but I don't count it usually, but then it said it was on the order form.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I would not count it because it is still a limited edition product. So
I have a question too.
Okay.
So like the product that I ordered at the end of the month, so December 31st, I just got it today. Do I still count that as last year since I ordered it last year?
you ordered it
Okay.
last year.
Okay.
So it still counts. Advertising, this is your website, business cards, preferred customer program, your personal glamour colors that you wear. That's why I love, like, all those lipsticks. They're mine. I use them. That's advertising. I also demo them. That's advertising. So any personal glamour that you wear, that's advertising, and you may write that off.
Man, I got a lot to go through.
Oh, we ain't hit it yet.
Year.
Mm-hmm.
I ordered a lot myself.
I know. If you have insurance on your Mary Kay product, that's a deduction. Interest on a loan or credit card. This is what I was saying earlier. If you have a credit card that you use only for business, you may deduct that interest. But if you use it for other things than just business, you cannot deduct that interest. Dry cleaning. This would be if you had a suit or a red jacket. You can't just take your street clothes or your, Sunday go to meeting clothes to be dry cleaned and count that off. And I know in the past it's happened before. I've done it before, but no more.
So it has to be a suit from Mary Kay.
It has to be,
director's
yeah,
suit.
Yeah.
a director suit or a red jacket. Legal and professional fees. You pay your accountant to do your taxes. You write that off. Office expenses. This is your paper, your ink pens, paper clips, anything office. Anything. Even if you just go buy one ink pen, save that receipt. Make a copy of it. That's a tax write-off. Weekly meeting fees. That's something else.
If I paint the desk, is that considered
An improvement
an
office.
improvement office expense? Nice.
Yes, sweet. Your supplies, like your cotton balls, your washcloths, headbands, that kind of thing. Sales tax paid, this is what you get from your packing slips. So see, in the beginning when we were totaling all of our sales slips, we're totaling it with the sales tax. Down here we're going to deduct it. So that's where that goes. It's a deduction.
And that is on that income advisory statement.
I'm 99.9% sure it is.
Okay. I believe you. I just wanted to clarify in my head that that's where I can go to look
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, but keep their packing slips.
I'll
IRS
put them
does
in a
too.
file,
Yeah, that's what I do.
but I'll go to them.
Do what your mama taught you and me both to do. Put them in a binder.
When you get your packing slips, when you order product, there are 4 major pieces of information you can get off that. And if you highlight those 4 up in that thing, at the end of the year, it's really simple to do your...
It is. It is.
Because you've already talked about 2 of them. Your wholesale price is going to be right up there, so you highlight that. You get your packing slip, it tells you the sales tax, so you highlight that.
Got your shipping and handling on there. So, and it's got your section 2 items on there too.
That's the third one.
Yeah. Your travel expenses. We go to career conference and we stay in a hotel. We get to write that off. I'm leaving for LA this weekend. I get to write that plane ticket off. If you fly to Dallas, you get to write that plane ticket off. These are your travel expenses. We talked about meals and food. Okay? And that's only 50% that you get to write off.
If you're traveling to an event and back, the food is also deductible.
It is also deductible, yes.
So why isn't if I make a delivery in Danville, why the lunch?
Because it's local.
Okay.
Okay.
Has to be within mileage.
It has to be like,
Miles or something.
yeah. I don't know exactly what the mile is, but it has to be. It's not something, like that's just doing your daily activity. You're doing that within your daily activity. Going to an event is not like doing your daily activity.
Okay. Something special.
Yeah.
So going to
Something special.
Louisville would count.
It will count. Yeah, it will count.
But you're saying something about you can only deduct 50% of what?
Your meals.
Of the meals.
Of the meals.
So do we get
50%.
we get the total and then divide it in half?
Yes. You want to give your tax preparer the entire amount.
Okay. Okay, so the tax account will take the half.
Yes. Yes. So be sure to give him or her the full amount.
But the
Okay.
airline ticket, you could deduct the whole price of the airline
Yes,
ticket.
your travel expenses, you can deduct the entire amount. Meals and entertainment, it's only 50%. Workshops, all of your career conferences, all of that's tax deductible. Your bank chart, if your bank gives you a monthly fee on your Mary Kay bank account, that's deductible. Some of them have service fees. ProPay, the fees you pay ProPay, and the annual fee you pay ProPay.
Is there
It's
any,
deductible.
is there any way to do they add that up for us anywhere, do you know, in ProPay?
There is a report that you can get
Yeah.
each month.
Oh,
And you,
okay.
yeah, and that's free. If you call them at the end of the year, they'll charge you a few bucks to do it.
Okay.
But you can go on there and.
During the year?
Yeah, during the year, and print those off.
Don't they give you, if you do have the premium?
For the premium, I believe they'll send you, I don't have the premium, but I think they'll send you a statement automatically.
Do we have to do have that printed report like within a certain amount? Because like I haven't done any of those reports. Can I go back to each of those months and
I
get
think
my-
so. I think so.
So do you know what the name of it is on there, or do I have to just go?
Just go under ProPay under your reports
Oh, where
and
is
your
Pro,
completed transactions.
where is ProPay? 'Cause
It's so you can take credit cards.
no, I know what it is, but I mean, where is it on the computer?
On InTouch,
On InTouch.
go
I
under.
looked for it.
It's under the first little
ordering.
thing.
Yeah.
Order.
Ordering.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
under
under there.
ordering.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I can't get
under
into my
Well, I guess
ProPay
that makes
account.
sense, wouldn't it?
I forgot my
Kind
my
of.
Yeah.
password.
Under business.
You have a link on
Okay.
That's right.
Click
Yeah, there
pass.
used to be a link.
Forgot password.
And you can
And
save stuff.
it
Like you
w-
can
it
save
will
your
not-
favorite links to the
It
bottom
sends
left. There's some way to do
the
that.
new
It's
password
like
or
the
temporary
sections
password
that you go
to
to
my Mary
often.
Kay
Like I have
email.
the career and
It-
contest
and it will not
order
forward to
status
my
and all that stuff.
Hotmail,
So I just click
to
on the
my
bottom
Oh,
and it's
well,
there. So I'm
call
sure you could save
ProPay.
ProPay down
There's a
there
number
too.
on
I'll
there,
have to
and you
Okay.
can call
figure
them.
out
Well, I
how
put
to
it
do
in
that.
this little
And I've gotten
space where
such
Yeah.
a runaround. I
a
was more
ProPay.
confused
And
than before I
because
started.
If you can't find it,
because
you
that
call
was
ProPay.
my one.
And they
No,
will
I've
give it to
already,
I know
I've
that
already
one.
done that.
My one
and I
customer
have gotten
you.
no
You got a
better.
bad
today.
person that day, call again.
that
Yeah.
she
You
always
just-
does.
You'll get a
ProPay.
bad
I mean,
person every now and then.
credit
You just got a
card.
bad person.
Just hang up on them and call again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then up to
And you'll
insurance
get somebody.
So you can deduct those. Your dues and publications, okay? How many of y'all have a subscription to Glamour Magazine? How about Cosmo?
Marie Claire?
Marie Claire, Elle. Any of those, you may
Oh.
write it off. Oprah, you may write it off.
Yes, because Oprah actually
Yeah,
she
she-
will show
Yep.
off Mary Kay's products.
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
magazine.
Good housekeeping.
Mhm.
Any magazine that has articles or advertising that has to do with skincare or beauty, you can write them off. You can, if you buy one at the grocery store, get the receipt, take that little picture of it, that's a tax write-off. So that's sweet, because I love my magazines. Yeah. Okay, postage is deductible. Your freight expense, you're going to get this from your packing slips, and that's that $8.95 a month.
That's number 3.
Yep, that was it. Section 2, this is from your packing slip also.
Number 4.
Yeah.
Told you there's 4 things. Keep those packing slips.
Image is
Yeah.
something that we can deduct as beauty consultants. Now, let me explain this a little bit. This is your hair and nails. You must have a receipt. If you go in to get a pedicure and a manicure and you don't get a receipt and it was $50, sorry, you can't deduct even half of it because you don't have a receipt.
What if it comes out of the bank account?
You've got to have a receipt.
Gotta have-
Yeah, you have to have a receipt because you cannot deduct the pedicure. You can deduct the manicure.
What if they don't
Oh.
speak English? And I was going to ask, please, put them separately.
Well,
What if they write on there that it's a manicure or pedicure on
You-
your credit card
Yeah.
receipt?
yeah, that's fine. They have to list out. They have to separate them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so your receipt has to show manicure, pedicure.
Well, they would have to write it. They won't be typed.
Yeah, some of them it's not, but they have to write
They
it.
can write. Okay, so
And
you
initial
initials
it.
do that. Okay.
Yeah, it has to be separated.
Because if you go to like L Nails, they just hand you the credit card receipt. They don't actually have their own machine that says manicure, pedicure, what your services are. So
Yeah, so
that's
make
too
sure-
bad because there's a lot of people that go in around here anyway, local.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people that go get manicures and they don't get receipts, you know, or they get the hair done, they
Right.
don't get receipts.
But they can have, okay, in my mind, I would go in with my own receipt book. You can get those plain Jane ones from Walmart. Go in, ask them if they have a stamp, because then it would have their business on it and have them stamp it. Or they fill it out with their business code number or whatever, and they can write on their pedicure, and you have it in your receipt book. I went back to my hairdresser after you told me about hair, and I went back and I sat down and went through all her calendar.
That's
I
a
had my
great
checkbook, and I knew when I had been in there because I had it dated. And so I just sat and filled out all the slips and said haircut and put the prices that I had, and she just went through and initialed.
Yeah.
I had 8 of them. So it's
at $50, $60, $75.
It adds up.
it was more
It
than
adds
worth
up. So your hair, if you get hair color, you know, and your nails, remember that.
I have, just out of curiosity, my hairdresser and I have kind of a mutual relationship of she does my hair, I give her Mary Kay. How does that
How
work?
does
Is that
that
another
work?
sales slip?
Sales slip
It
for
just-
and a receipt.
Oh, there you go.
Anytime if you barter, because I do the same thing.
Okay.
Okay, if you barter, say you're going to trade product for a haircut. Okay, you give her a receipt, your sales ticket for that product, just like a customer. Okay, you get the receipt for the cost of what your haircut is. Okay, take care of that. Yeah. Your red jacket, of course, you get to deduct that. If you buy a beauty coat, you get to deduct that. You want to put your rent down. If you own your home and you pay real estate taxes, you want to write that. You will also need to know the square footage of your home or apartment, as well as the square footage of the area for your Mary Kay. Now, let me give you a little hint. Let's say you don't have a separate room for your Mary Kay, but you have a desk. You can count out 3 feet this away from your end of your desk and 3 feet this away from the end of your desk, plus the desk. Okay.